Hey everyone, Eric here, and in this first Pear Deck video, I'm going to basically introduce what Pear Deck is, what it does, and some of the basic tools. In the subsequent videos, I will show you what it looks like to present, what students see, I'll show you how to get data, all these different things, but let's just start with what is Pear Deck. So Pear Deck is called an add-on, which means that it works right with your Google Slides. So if you're using Google Slides, you are already 90% of the way there. No need to get a separate app. There's no reason to export your slides into a different ecosystem or anything else. It's all right built in to Google Slides. So if you don't see Pear Deck yet, you can just click Get Add-ons and then add Pear Deck to your Google Slides. So when I click on Open Pear Deck, you're going to see a little dialog box open over here, which gives me options of things that I can do to my slide. Now, these different tools and options are going to make my slide deck interactive for participants. Not only are they going to have the opportunity to interact with my slide deck, but I actually, as the teacher, am going to be able to see their responses. Okay, so we'll get into that a little bit in the next video, but let's just see some of these basic tools. So all the tools are right here. There's 6 of them. So you can see my first slide here. It says mammals. What do you know about mammals? And I can choose if I want this to be an interactive slide by choosing one of these tools. So maybe I want to make this a text response by students. So I click on this text response tool, and then you're going to notice that Pear Deck is going to just put it right onto my slide, and I'm done. That's it. So now when students view this slide, they're going to be able to respond to it. And you can see down here, they give you some little hints as the teacher to remind you what this tool does. Don't erase this, and don't erase this right up here. That is what is going to make this work. Okay, so don't delete those. All right, so now I'll show you what this looks like for students a little bit later, but let's keep on going and look at some of the other tools. So the next one is good for multiple choice. It says, what do these animals all have in common? No need to worry about leaving space on the slide somewhere for that multiple choice portion of the slide. Pear Deck's going to take care of that for you. From the student view, they will see the multiple choice over to the side. So that's another nice thing. If you already have a slide deck prepared or created, no need to alter it to make it work for Pear Deck. So I just click on choice, and then I can go right in here and add my multiple choice options. Okay, so like fur, warm-blooded, cool. There we go. Update slide. And then it's going to go ahead and add that onto my slide. So really easy for you as the teacher, really easy for students as well. Number is just what it sounds like. This allows students to respond using numbers if you're doing math. You can embed a website right into your slide as well. So if you maybe had an interactive website that you wanted to embed and have students manipulate, you can do that. This is a drawing. This is great. This allows students to annotate and draw over an image. And then draggables are great for, and I'm about to show you one actually. Draggables are great for if you want to take a quick poll. It gives the student this little draggable that they can drag anywhere on the screen. So this would be good for like a Venn diagram or like true false, things like that. Okay, so the next part I want to talk to you about is the template library. So even if you don't have anything prepared, there's tons of stuff pre-made for you right here in the template library. So when I click on that, there are these lesson builders that you can put in for middle of the lesson, end of the lesson, wherever you want. So let's take a during lesson one right here. And these are all pre-made and I can edit them. So let's say I want to do a true false. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And then it's going to automatically put this right into my slide deck for me. So no need to export this out or anything else. Okay. Now this says that this is going to be a multiple choice option. So I don't really want this to be multiple choice. And by the way, I see that right down here. Do you see where it says multiple choice slide? I didn't want this to be multiple choice. I would rather that it's a draggable. So I can actually choose the tool even on these templates. I'm going to go back up here and back again to this first screen. And then I'm going to choose draggable instead. And what Pear Deck is going to do is it's going to change the tool embedded in this slide. Okay. Now, not only that, but I can go ahead and I can even change what I want the draggable to be. So maybe I'm going to make it a little person. Okay. And I can choose how large I want that item to be. Okay, and this is great for younger students, students with special needs, very helpful. Click Update Slide, and it's going to change it from multiple choice over to a draggable. Okay, now don't worry that you don't see it on the teacher end. You will see it, and students will see it once you start your lesson. Now, also I can add an audio portion to this slide. Now, I haven't gotten to this quite yet, but when you start your Pear Deck slideshow, you can do it synchronously where students are following along live, or you can do it asynchronously where you just share out a link and students can do this for homework, or they can do it as a quiz, or however you want them to do it, and you can still collect that data even though they did it on their own. So I like being able to add audio to each slide because if students are doing this on their own, you can give them a little help. Okay, so here I go, and it's as easy as clicking record. Here's my message for my students. I tell them right here, then I hit save. And then Pear Deck is going to automatically add your audio to the slide right there. You don't need to really move it around or anything. If it's in the way of your slide, you can move it. It won't hurt anything, but make sure you leave this somewhere on the slide. Students are going to see a little play button right down here on the bottom right on their end where they can press play and hear your audio. All right, so this was just our first intro into Pear Deck, and we learned about the templates that are pre-made, which, by the way, we didn't even get down to these where they have them by subject area too, which is great. If you teach math or science, they have some really nice pre-made slides that will fit right in with how you teach. I forgot to show that. We also talked about the different tools that you can add to Pear Deck, and we talked about adding audio to a slide. In the next video, we are going to get started and start the lesson so you can see what it looks like from the teacher point of view as well as the student point of view.